Yo, family, we keep it going. We keep it going with the Diddy case, man. We keep it going with the Diddy case. And on this one, I just want to react on some of the footages that has resurfaced about his parties and whatnot, man. Like, how do you do something so, immoral and criminal, and yet you are the one with the evidence, you are the one with the proof to say, yes, indeed, I do these things. Like, it's there. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, thank you guys for coming back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you like the video and leave a comment. Say your thoughts. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing anything wrong. Just engage. I try to respond as quick as I can. I honestly try to respond as quick as I can. But without any waste of time, family, let's jump right into this one and check out the boy Diddy and what he has been up to all of these years. Let's get it.
We'll say is at one particular party, lots of big names. There was an artist there who said, "Hey, Lecrae, around 1 a.m., make sure you're not here. You just don't want to be here at 1 in the morning."
Party on the bed.
That's that 40 feet bed that was placed outside of his backyard. Man, just oh my goodness. This is not funny. But just the concept of it all, man, like, it's so telling, bro. Like, I don't care how creative this might seem, but a bed, a 40-foot bed, bro. Like, what are you trying to say to us, man? Like, really, like, what type of theme this is, man? Like, what type of decoration for a party? Like, my goodness.
Hey, mama said don't jump on the bed. We jumping.
And also, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember it to be a 40 feet bed. If my measurements are wrong, please correct me in the comment section there.
Myth, or if this is true, but I'm told that when you go to a hotel, anytime you go to a hotel, you don't just check in the way everybody else does. You send someone ahead to prepare the hotel room for you.
No, it's called preparing the sexy.
Preparing the sexy?
Yeah.
What's preparing the sexy?
I mean, when I walk...
Keyword, sexy. Preparing the sexy.
I mean, I definitely take pride in being the originator of the preparation of the...
Y'all, just when we thought we heard all we needed to know about Diddy's freak-off parties, reports are coming out that federal agents are reaching out to witnesses to share what exactly happened at those freak-offs. And let me tell you, the details coming to light are way darker and more disturbing than anything we've heard so far. Like, we all know Diddy threw some wild parties, but this, child, is a whole different level.
Oh.
So here's what...
Dame Dash, you're not beating the allegations, bro. Dame Dash, you're not beating the allegations, bro.
Like, we all know Diddy threw some wild parties, but this...
Dame Dash, you are not beating the allegations, bro. You are not beating the allegations, bro. But we all know Dame Dash was also a wild boy, so... he's not far from Diddy, honestly speaking. I know today we celebrate him, we treat him like a hero and whatnot because, of what occurred between him and Jay-Z. But, hey, man, he's definitely not beating the allegations right now. Oh, my goodness.
Child, it's a whole different level. So here's what's going down. Insiders are spilling that the feds are building a case around these notorious freak-offs, and now witnesses are stepping forward. And what they're saying about what really went down at these events is sickening, even for Hollywood. There are whispers of out-of-control behavior, some borderline satanic ritual mess, and full-blown wrong. And then there's this one man on X who shared a video spilling the tea on how Diddy would use tapes of these freak-off sessions to blackmail some high-profile executives. But get this man's whole account was removed from X before people could catch on to what he was trying to say in his video. So clearly, Diddy is just the tip of the iceberg here. And it looks like there are a whole bunch of powerful individuals who were involved in those freak-off sessions. And now that Diddy has been placed on watch, folks are speculating that these higher-ups that he was blackmailing will try to Epstein him. Y'all, this whole situation is absolutely terrifying. So stay with me because I'm about to give you the full scoop on what happened at Diddy's freak-offs.
And on my way upstairs, there's like this couch. And on the couch, I saw a couple of guys really going at it hard and heavy. Man, and I was like, oh, as I started moving upstairs, I passed them up and I noticed that it wasn't just those two guys. It was more and more people just going at it.
Okay, y'all, let's talk about this for real.
Lecrae saw it all, man. Woo, brother. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a bit uptight, but for me, the thought of orgies, man, like the thought of orgies to me is, it is so disgusting. It is so sickening to me, to my soul, to my, I just get disgusted just thinking of it, man. Like, I could never. It's just not in me. I could never, I swear to you, be a part of orgies. I'm sorry. I could never. That is just disgusting. Like, that is just inhumane, honestly speaking. I don't know. Maybe I'm uptight. I don't know. I know a lot of people are okay with it and it's a thing. But for me, that is just, that's a no-no.
Because a lot of people have been out here making jokes, memes, and sketches about Diddy's freak-offs and those 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But trust me, there is nothing funny about this situation. What we're really seeing here is a dark...
Facts, though. This is not funny. Like, this is a full-blown expose of the dark world, man. Like, I know I also laugh at in some instances, but it's the shock and, you know, the little bit disbelief that these things are actually happening in real time. It's crazy.
Dark glimpse into just how twisted and dangerous the industry can be. These powerful people, the ones running the show behind the scenes, will stop at nothing to satisfy their sick, twisted desires. And Diddy might just be one of many pawns in this game. Now here's where it gets even more wild. While Diddy's name is all over the headlines right now, it's looking like there are much bigger fish out there who are sweating hard over what he could expose. These high-profile figures are shaking in their boots because if Diddy talks, the fallout could be massive. And guess what? It's just been confirmed that Diddy's now on side watch at the Brooklyn jail where he's awaiting trial for his alleged role in an ring. According to the New York Post, Diddy's mental state is unclear, but they're putting him on watch as a preventative measure. Now, you know people are already out here comparing this whole situation to Jeffrey Epstein's case. Remember how Epstein was supposedly found dead in his jail cell after taking his own life? Yeah, nobody really bought that story. Epstein had dirt on everybody, from celebrities to politicians, and we all know he was running some dark behind-the-scenes blackmail operation. He'd lure these high-profile people to his sick parties, get them involved with individuals underage, and allegedly tape the whole thing, using the footage to blackmail them for who knows what. And before you ask what the motive was, well, you already know. I can't get into the full details here because YouTube will snatch this video down real quick. But if you do some digging into Epstein's background, his connections, and the role his accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell and her father played, you'll start to piece together which foreign country's intelligence agency Epstein allegedly worked for. Now let's get back to Diddy because the whispers in the industry are wild. Word on the street is that Diddy was pulling the same kind of moves as Epstein. Allegedly, his freak-offs weren't just about wild parties. They might have been part of a deeper, more disturbing blackmail operation. There's speculation that he was also luring big names to these parties, getting them involved in shady situations, and possibly using that as leverage. And now with all these new details coming to light, the industry is in full-on panic mode. The higher-ups are terrified that if Diddy spills what he knows, it could expose a whole web of powerful individuals doing things they really don't want the public to know about. And the fact that Diddy is on side watch is sending red flags everywhere. And people are already saying that those higher-ups he was blackmailing for years might pulling Epstein on him. Now, how do we know that Diddy was really running a blackmail operation? Well, technically, we don't know for sure, but there have been plenty of clues and hints dropped by multiple industry insiders that paint a pretty clear picture about those freak-off sessions. And the scary part is that it looks like people are now being silenced left and right for trying to expose high-profile individuals who attended Diddy's freak-offs. So there's this user on X who went by the handle @A_Major420, who's been dropping hints on his account about Diddy's parties even before Cassie got the ball rolling with her lawsuit back in November. This user, who apparently works in the music industry, would occasionally post about how he can't wait until Diddy and his music executive bosses are exposed because people don't know half of how dark the industry really is. Now, you know how it goes. People are so brainwashed to worship wealth that every time someone criticizes a rich celebrity, folks jump to their defense, accusing the critics of being broke and jealous. But now that Diddy is behind bars, the narrative is definitely shifting, and people are digging up those old posts from folks who have been trying to sound the alarm about Diddy for years. So anyway, after Diddy's arrest, this user @A_Major420 came back on X and posted a video where he talked about how when Diddy was just starting out in his career, he allegedly threw one of his infamous parties and invited all the top Jewish...
Oh, 50 foot. I said 40. It's a 50 foot massive bed. 50 foot bed, bro. In his backyard. My goodness.
Allegedly threw one of his infamous parties and invited all the top Jewish executives in the industry. But here's where things take a dark turn. Rumor has it he laced their drinks with something that, let's just say, made everyone a little too loose. And before you knew it, the party spiraled into a full-blown But Diddy wasn't there just to party. The tea is that he supposedly recorded everything that went down that night and then used those recordings to start blackmailing these powerful execs. Word on the street is that Diddy got a lot of his early influence and power by holding this footage over these executives' heads, using it as leverage to make some major moves. So anyway, that user on X who posted the video about how Diddy started blackmailing these executives, well, he had his whole account removed by X, and the video has now disappeared from the internet. I really did my best to try to find it, y'all, but they really buried that video. They removed it so quickly that no one was able to do a screen recording. But if it pops up somewhere, I'll make sure to update y'all on that. But even without the video, there have been rumors about Diddy's blackmail parties floating around online for a minute now. There's this independent journalist, Ian Carroll, who shared several videos a few months back about Diddy's rumored blackmail ring. And he alleged that this has been going on in Hollywood for decades. And y'all, this rabbit hole is deep.
In order to understand this lawsuit against P. Diddy, you need to understand the history of blackmail. A lot of people in the comments are misunderstanding why rap music is so anti-gay. And a lot of people understand the ties of Israel and the Mossad to blackmail by Epstein, but a lot of people don't realize the ties of blackmail back to the invention of blackmail and the Jewish mob. So if you don't know what's going on, Diddy, one of the most influential people in the rap industry over the last 30 years, just got served this court case that alleged all kinds of crimes, including especially having all of his homes wired with cameras and hosting parties with underage girls, rappers, label executives, celebrities, politicians, and collecting sex blackmail on tons of important people. Like, we're talking Jeffrey Epstein level of operation, but in the music and entertainment industries. The FBI was founded by J. Edgar Hoover. He actually was the head of the Bureau of Investigation, the BOI, before the FBI was even invented back in the 20s. And he served there for 11 years. Then they invented the FBI, and he served as the head of the FBI for 37 years, totaling 48 years leading what was more or less the FBI. So we're talking like all the way from like the Great Depression through World War II into like the 60s. Like through the 60s music revolution into the 70s. All of that time period, the FBI was led by the same person, and he was one of the most corrupt government officials in all of US history. And understanding the state of organized crime and of law enforcement in America is impossible if you don't know about J. Edgar Hoover. And understanding the nature is impossible if you don't know about Meyer Lansky, who was a boss in the Jewish mob back in the 30s, 20s, like the Prohibition days and so on. Meyer Lansky, this Jewish mob boss, basically invented the concept of blackmail. And he did it blackmailing J. Edgar Hoover. the guy who was explicitly supposed to be taking guys like Meyer Lansky down. The Wikipedia articles are sanitized, but basically Meyer Lansky had a photo of J. Edgar Hoover using his mouth on his main assistant, Clyde Tolson.
Jesus.
Realistically, it was his boyfriend. They were a couple. But then, once Hoover was blackmailed, he was like, how much worse could it get? And so he started hosting blackmail parties in collusion with these mobsters and inviting all sorts of important people to these blackmail parties to collect his...
Hold up, man. Hold up. Information overload. This is new to me. I don't know any of these people. I might have to do some background check for myself. I might need to research them properly and just to familiarize myself way better. But I think he has given quite an intro to them. Cause every time I'm doing these videos on Diddy, all I'm thinking in my head is like, well, Diddy's not even the start of all these things. He's just existing in a system that has been there prior to him, you know? And now we get in the full story of where it actually started. This is crazy, man. Power, money.
His own blackmail. This all happened in what was called the Blue Suite at the Plaza Hotel. And it was basically a bunch of male cross-dressing all caught on camera for like a decade or more. And because Hoover was already blackmailed by the most powerful gangsters in the world, like he just went and hosted them, and everybody got blackmail on everybody. But the critical piece to understanding the gay aspect of rap music today and the whole situation back with Hoover is that at the time, remember, Cold War, McCarthyism, like we got to get rid of all the communists. There was what was called the Lavender Scare, which is basically just saying that they were all really worried that gay people would get blackmailed by the Soviet Union. And so it wasn't good to be gay, because if you were gay, you could get blackmailed because you wouldn't want anyone to know you were gay. And so don't be gay. And so you should be ashamed of being gay. And so then they'll blackmail. It's like, you know, see, it's like a big circle of how the one creates the other, creates the other, creates the other. Yeah, now think about rap music. All the rappers are super hard and like gay people suck, and then like a bunch of them are gay and they're getting blackmailed about it, and so they rap more about how they're hard and gay people suck, and it creates this little circle. Yeah. Blackmail industry learned early on back in the Cold War that it is much easier to do blackmail in a culture of anti-gayness, because gayness is not wildly uncommon. Lots of people are gay. But the more you can stigmatize it and make it a taboo, the more they have to hide it. And the more easy it is to exploit it when you offer this taboo thing to the people that want it. And then the stronger your power over them is when you have them on film doing it. You feel? So, back to our boy Diddy, who founded his record label when he was only 24 years old. Became one of the most successful record labels of the time. He was able to do that because he was financed and supported by his mentor. And he found this guy, Diddy, on the up and up in one of his companies who...
And we know who his mentor is. That helped him to start his own business. Clive Davis.
Who we now know from this lawsuit and the other lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend Cassie, which is horrific, disgusting, not a good read. We know that Diddy has some real effed up proclivities, as well as just generally probably being at least gay or bi, one of the two. Finds this guy with questionable morals, questionable habits, and ready to go crazy haywire, whatever. Like, he's willing to shoot people. He's willing to launder money. He's willing to do crazy. He's willing to do basically anything. This is just me speculating on his motivations, but mentored Diddy and brought him up and elevated him to a record executive by helping him found his label, Bad Boy Records. Move. He did that. And then Diddy, along with a lot of help from a lot of other people all around him, proceeded to do 30 years worth of blackmail operations within the rap industry and promoted artists that seem to have been ensnared in it, like Usher, for example, like Meek Mills. Hell, even Justin Bieber is like directly in this storyline. And so, what you wind up with is a rap industry, a music industry that is full of people that are creating the types of music that the people above them, that the people that hire them, that the people that manage them want them to make. They're all terrified of stepping on the wrong toes or getting out of line or doing what they're not supposed to for one blackmail reason or the other. And we wind up with an entire industry full of musicians that are glorifying gangs and violence and sex and drugs. I mean, think about it. There's no better way to undermine an entire population, an entire race, an entire culture than to target their kids with subversive messages that they're going to think is cool, and the parents can't say shit about it because then the kids will just think it's cooler.
Yeah, I told y'all that Diddy and that baby oil are just the tip of the iceberg. It seems that underneath all this drama with Diddy is a whole web of powerful people involved in some really dark dealings. And let's be real, we've probably only scratched the surface of what actually goes down at those freak-off parties. If the rumors are even halfway true, the things we've heard are nothing compared to the real tea that's yet to come out. So let me know how you feel about all...
Yo, oh my goodness. 2024, the year of the truth. Man, Cat Williams, I don't know, man. I don't know if Cat Williams, God was, had channeled himself through you when you said all those things that you said. The timing, the accuracy, like, it's mind-boggling, man. I'm in awe every time I just discover everything that is coming up right now. Like, we are really witnessing the devil getting shamed at this point. And it's unbelievably shocking. It is shocking. It is shocking. Phew. Hey, that was a lot. That was a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. I need some time to digest all of this now. I need some time to whoosah and just reflect and just digest this. This was just too much. I love you. My name is Atman. See you on the next one. Peace.